Great week. Mondays are the best days. Are the best days on the Mondays. Mondays are the best. Locked in, rolling, and locked and loaded. In here. One more minute. Get this thing rocking. One more minute. Before I take off this morning. All right, 9:05. So, good morning, everybody. So like I said, the ABCs of success today. I've been able to, I'm 31 years young, and in, my short, lifespan, I've been able to accomplish some pretty dope things. I've been able to, take some chances, take some risks, and also, get a lot of wins and been successful in a lot of areas in my life. Have held, leadership positions when I probably wasn't qualified, probably on paper to be in that position. But, there's always a reason why I got there. And it was always, a source that was bigger than me that led me to that place. I could just think of every situation that I had in my life, as far as, college, being a college athlete, to professionally, to, as an entrepreneur. I most of the times I can't necessarily explain how I got there until I look back and see, the skills and what I did to get to those places. So, I want to talk about the ABCs of success. This is for anybody. I just know that, everyone has a certain level of success that they want for themselves, right? Everyone has a certain level of, of maybe a goal that you have for yourself that you want to get to. You got a goal that's in your life that you got, and we all do. We all probably sitting in a place right now, and we all want to progress. We all have this desire to be, more. We have this desire to achieve more. We have this desire to, acquire more, whether that's more, financial means, more money, more health, more family. Maybe you want to attract a husband or a wife into your life, whatever that is. I know that we all have goals and aspirations that, we have in our lives. So how do you get there though? Right. A lot of times, so we have this disparity, in people, where we have rich and successful people, and then we have also poor, middle class, and unsuccessful people, or people that's just not where they want to be. So first, to talk about success, we first got to define success and what success is, right? One of my favorite audios that I listen to, right, is about Earl Nightingale, and he defines success as a, progressive realization of a worthy ideal or a worthy goal. It's progressive, meaning, in layman terms, meaning success is a moving target. Success is not a destination, it is a journey, right? That I pray and I hope that everybody will be on that success journey for your whole life. So let me say that one more time. Success is, the realization of the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. So success is a moving target. You're not necessarily ever going to be successful, because even whatever you define as success today, after you achieve that, there's going to be more things that you're going to want to get. There's going to be more, it's going to be a next level of success for you. So you're not going to just want to stay in that spot, right? So it's a progressive, realization of a worthy ideal or goal, progress. So again, success is not a destination. It is it's not a destination. It's a journey that you will always be on for the rest of your life, because you're going to continue to grow and continue to, want more and continue to set goals after you achieve them. Right. So the first letter in our ABCs of success is A, of course. A stands for attitude. So attitude, your attitude is everything, right? Your attitude is everything. It's first, what is attitude? It's a way of thinking, right? It's a way of thinking about something or someone. So when I think about attitude and how it, can go into success, that's meaning, okay, let's start with, if you haven't really, let me back up a little bit. So I think about attitude as you reap what you sow, right? You reap what you sow. If you never thought about it like that, I'll just, give you, a few examples. But, You reap what you sow. Your attitude determines what you're gonna get out of a situation, right? So you reap exactly what you sow inside of you with your attitude. So your attitude is showing in every situation. So think about it like this: the results that you have in any given situation is probably a direct reflection on the attitude that you had going into that situation. So let's think about So think about your harvest. You got to always be willing to take an inventory on yourself. Think about what you have right now. Think about your financial situation. Think about your relationships. Thinking about business. What's the attitude that you had previously to guide you to that level? So if you have an attitude of scarcity, right? If you always look into your if you have an attitude of scarcity, if you always look into your finances like I never have enough, then there's no way that you're never gonna fall into that place of abundance, because your mindset and your attitude is I don't have enough. So what you're gonna always reap is not enough. So if you have an attitude that all men or all women ain't shit, that's what you're gonna reap. That's what you're gonna reap, is that type of that person is that's what you're gonna attract to yourself, right? So understand the attitude that you sow is the situation that you reap, right? And I'm a firm believer of that. So you got to take inventory. And how do you change this? One, you got to start by thinking about, what am I saying? What am I saying? What am I saying out loud? What am I saying? What am I thinking? What is my thought process on a day-to-day basis? Also, what am I reading? What are you putting inside of your body? Is the only thing that you're reading is Facebook memes, Instagram memes? What are you putting inside of you that's forming the way that you think, that's forming the things that you say, right? And your belief level. Also, what are you listening to? Are you listening to audios? What are you taking into your body that's, determining your outlook and determining your attitude? Who are the people that you're around? Who are the people that, you're speaking to on a day-to-day basis? Are they motivating you? Are they speaking in ways that can make you be successful, in ways that's going to take you to your next level, right? Or are they bringing you down? Are they giving you bad energy? So understand that you can control all of these things. Everything with your attitude, you can control. You can control what you listen to, who you talk to, what you say to yourself, what you think on a day-to-day basis, and the people that you allow in your circle and the people that you allow into your life, right? So if these things are not, building you and pouring into you on a successful path, on a positive path, right? You need to change that. You need to change those things first. So just take an inventory. You want to start by changing your situation. Take the inventory on, what am I thinking? What am I saying on a day-to-day basis every day? Who am I talking to? Who am I spending the most time with? What information am I reading? What am I listening to? Right? And what am I internally putting inside of my body? Because the subconscious mind never sleeps. So even if you think, I don't watch that type of stuff, I don't listen to that stuff, but you're around certain things, the subconscious mind can't tell what's real and what's fake. So you got to be conscious of what you are internally taking in, and what are you allowing in your space and allowing in your energy. So I would just say this, the attitude you have is a magnet for your life. The attitude that you have is a magnet for your life. Meaning, let me say that one more time. The attitude that you have is a magnet for your life. So it's attraction. It's attraction. So I've always been a positive thinker. I haven't, I didn't have to be taught this. I just understood that, positive mindset. You can pull the good out of any situation. You can pull the good out of COVID-19 right now. You can pull good out of this situation. You can look at your life and look at the time that you're getting to spend with loved ones, looking at the time that you get to step back and maybe rest, looking at this time of being able to learn a new skill, learn some more knowledge. You can pull the good out of this situation. I mean, I just had a conversation the other day. I think the country should shut down, every year for a month. Let's give us this time, just what we had in March and where we're at right now. Let's just do that for a month every year for the rest of the time. Because I believe this time allows us to reflect. It allows us to be, spend intentional time with people that we love, spend intentional time with thinking, spend intentional time with ourselves. I'm a believer. I spent intentional time with God. I've been able to get closer to God during this time because, I had the time to relax, reflect, and think. Right. And I can't move. Take this time to be still. right? So with that being said, your attitude is a magnet for your life, and what are you attracting to yourself all starts with the positive thought, right? Positive thinking. Be positive all the time. If I can give you, one thing to take out of this, is always be positive, because it's so easy to take the negative, right? It's so easy to feed that negative energy. So always be positive. Always be positive in your mindset. Always be positive in your words. Always go to a positive frame of thinking first before you go negative. And it's so easy. It is a skill that you will have to practice. It is a skill that you will have to be conscious of if you want to get right, because it's so easy to get, into this mindset of negativity. But I promise you, your quality of life will change if you start thinking with a positive lens. But to even back that up, it's not enough just to think positive. When you know you're thinking positive in a tough situation, or that your focus is that you have the constant action that supports the thought. So I'll say that one more time. When you know that you're in alignment, so thinking that is not enough, right? Don't think you're just going to think your way there, or you're just going to have this positive outlook. You got to put the work in. So I know that you're in a positive mindset when you're also thinking, and the actions that you're thinking and the positive actions that you want to reap this positive result, that you're putting the work in to get there. So you can say you're being positive, but if you're not working to get to that place, right, then you're not, right? You don't believe, right? Your belief level is low. So first, let's talk about self-image. If we talk about positive thinking, how do you see yourself? How do you see yourself is what the world is going to see of you, right? How you see yourself is what people in the world is going to, your self-image. What are you looking, when you look in the mirror, what do you see back, right? And whatever you see, that's what people in the world is going to see. So if you see a winner, if you see somebody that's a conqueror, if you see someone that I'm never going to give up, I'm always going to, I'm a leader, whatever you see in yourself, people are going to see in you. So really lock down your self-image and, analyze your self-worth and where you see yourself on a day, because you can't expect someone to see you as, a millionaire or a billionaire, or whatever your next level is. You can't expect someone to see you in that light, or a leader, or as a father figure, or whatever that is, if you don't see that for yourself, right? You can't have an expectation of people around you if you yourself are not grasping that same energy, right? If you yourself haven't convinced yourself that you are that. And you have to really do that before you're there in a lot of areas, right? So just bringing this thing all the way home. So you got to have an attitude of expectation, right? So these are the attitudes that you need to have really to be able to get to your success level and where you want to go. First, you got to have an attitude of expectation. You had to have an attitude of expecting to win, expecting to be successful. I know when I first got involved in business, in my business, I expected there was a process that was going to take 3 to 5 years for me to be able to get to, $1 million income, a year. So that was my expectation, right? It would be 3 years for me inside of my business, April 10th, right? So I'll hit 3 years, and I expected that on day one. 3 years ago, April 10th, 2017, I sat there and I said, as I started my business, it's going to take probably 3 to 5 years before I could get to $1 million income in a year. That was the expectation, but I expected a certain result. But I'm expecting to win as well, right? I'm expected to be successful. So again, success is a progressive realization of a worthy ideal or a worthy goal. I started with the end in mind. I knew where I was going. I had an expectation of where I was going before I even, made my first sale in my business. I knew. So when you expect, whatever you expect, you're going to get. So have an attitude of expectation. But with that, how do I support that expectation? You have to have an attitude of faith. You got to believe. You have to have an attitude of faith, a belief level where you have to believe before you see. A lot of times people will believe after they receive it, after it gets in their hand, now they believe. But that's not the way, success works. That's not the way when it comes to having, wealth. That's not the way it works. You have to believe and see yourself in that light and who I am, right? Prior to. You have to believe prior to having that, before the G-Wagon is before the G-Wagon is in my driveway, right? I already know it's coming. I've already expected it, and it's already done. I have an attitude of faith. I believe that it's already going to happen prior to me even having this thing, right? Before the millions show up into my bank account, right? I already feel like a millionaire. I'm already feeling it. I had this attitude of expectation. I have this faith that I know without a doubt in my mind that this is that I'm going to achieve these goals, right? Because if you don't believe, no one else will. You have to have that self-belief. An attitude of excitement, right? The fourth, the attitude of excitement, meaning you already got to be in celebration mode. You already got to know that this thing is done, right? I'm getting it done. And that energy is what's going to attract the people that you need to get to your next level inside of your life. So if you have an attitude of, of excitement that that you're going to, let's say you're looking for this perfect relationship, or the perfect relationship for you, let's just say that, right? So you got to have an attitude and you walk with an energy that is already done, and you're attracting these things to yourself already. So you got to be in celebratory mode. You know it's coming, right? You know it's coming. You know your knight in shining armor, or that woman, she's coming inside of your life because you've already expected it. You already wrote down what you want. You already know, that you already got the goal written. You already moving the special person that you want inside of your life. You already know. So that attitude of expectation, and you can be excited. You can celebrate, because that's what that shows that you have the faith, right? You have an attitude of faith when you already celebrating before you even have it in the physical form. But last but not least, which is my favorite, is an attitude of gratitude. Just be thankful, right? Live your life in a place of being thankful and grateful for the things that surround you. Be grateful for your future. Be grateful for the things that you don't have. A lot of times for myself, I pray in a form of future, right? I'm already telling God, thank you for having $1 million in my bank account, $2 million in my bank account. I'm thanking God for allowing me to pay taxes of $1 million plus, right? I'm already grateful for, my kids, going to college. I'm already giving thanks for that. I'm already giving thanks for my life. I'm already giving thanks for the people that I'm going to touch in the future. I'm already giving thanks for these things, right? So I'm already in the mindset that I'm there, and I'm giving thanks prior to it already coming. I've already written down the goals. I know, I have a goal of paying $1 million in taxes. Because if I pay $1 million in taxes, what do my bank account look like? That's a goal of mine, right? And I'm great, and I'm telling God thank you for me doing. I'm telling God thank you for me being able to donate $1 million to whatever foundation that I want to, right? I'm telling God thank you right now today, being broke, right? For what I would call, I'm broke, right, at this point. You know what I'm saying? Just for where I want to go, I'm good. I could sustain my life right now, but compared to where I want to get to, I'm broke. I have no money compared to where I want to go. So with that being said, I'm already grateful for the harvest, right? I'm already grateful for what's to come. I'm already grateful for, what I can't see right now, but I can feel it. So really lean on your senses, right? Helping you get to your next level, you have to put yourself there, right? You want whatever car that you want. You want a G-Wagon, you want a Benz. Have you sat in a G-Wagon before? Have you went to the car dealership and smelled it? Have you touched the steering wheel? You want $1 million home? How many times have you walked through $1 million houses? Being able to see it, right? Being able to feel it. Being able to smell the paint of $1 million house, right? If you want whatever level, one thing that how do you see, if you want money inside your bank account, right now you could go and look at, the mirror in my bathroom, and I have my goal is $10,000 a month, here pretty soon. So, I wrote down, at least probably about a year ago, I just took a dollar bill and I made it into $10,000 a month, and I posted it, and I see that every single day, right? That's really just my mindset. I'm seeing it, I can feel it, I can touch it, and I'm building that belief inside of me. So when we talk about attitude, man, attitude is everything. Everything lives and dies on your mindset, right? Because if you have a poor poor mindset, then you're not going to be able to get to that next level that you want to get to. And you're going to reap what you sow inside of your mindset. So be positive. Be positive about your finances. Be positive about your business outcome. Be positive and have a positive, mindset about your relationship. And don't speak ill on these things, right? So be mindful of what you're saying, what you're thinking, what you're reading, what you're listening to. And be mindful of how when you talk about these things, your kids, your family, your wife, your husband, everything, be mindful on how you speaking about these people and speaking about the things inside of your life and the things that you want, because that's just definitely what you're gonna you're gonna reap what you sow. The attitude, I believe it is a magnet for your life, right? So thank you, appreciate everybody jumping on. See everybody next Monday. This was the first series of the ABCs of success. Started with today was A for attitude. We going into B next Monday. Again, have an attitude of expectation. Expect to win. An attitude of faith, right? An attitude of excitement and an attitude of gratitude. And I'll see y'all, on the other side. Thanks.